Assalamu alaikum students of class P1. Dear students, we have already started our chapter Atom, Molecules and Ion. So today in this chapter we are starting a new topic, that is ions. But before starting ions, let me recall you that in previous chapters we have already studied about elements and their compounds, and we also studied that by the combination of elements different compounds are formed. Then we study how these compounds differ from elements, and we also study what are mixtures, how many types of mixtures and how they formed. After that, in my previous videos I also gave you a brief introduction of atom as well. But before starting our topic, I will again give you the background of atom so you can clearly understand how ion form. Before the start of lecture, let me ask you a question that in my previous lecture I used a statement that atom is a neutral particle. But there is a question why it termed as neutral particle, although it carry negative electrons and positive protons. Instead it terms as neutral particle. So think about it, these questions, and by the end of lecture hopefully you will know the answer. Before starting ion, here is the background of atom. We all know that matters, either solid, liquid, gases, elements, compound or mixtures, they are made up of tiny particle called atom. This atom is derived from a Greek word atomos, which means a particle which is indivisible. So atom is a fundamental piece of matter, a basic unit of matter, which is tiny, indivisible and indestructible particle. This atom is made up of three subatomic particles: proton, neutrons and electrons. Protons are the positively charged particles, electrons are negatively charged particles, and neutrons are the particles which are neutral, having no charge. These protons and neutrons are present in the center of an atom called nucleus, and electrons are revolving outside the nucleus called orbit or energy level. This is the basic structure of atom. This is the nucleus, and inside the nucleus neutrons and protons are present, and outside the nucleus electrons are revolving. Now I am recalling atomic number and mass number. This is the symbol of an element which is used to represent element, and these are atomic number and atomic mass. Now what is actually atomic mass? Atomic mass is the sum of protons and neutrons. The total sum of protons and nucleus in nucleus of an atom is called mass number, while the number of protons or the number of electrons is termed as atomic number. I use the statement protons or electrons. The reason behind this is that protons and electrons are equal. That's why either the number of protons or the number of electrons is atomic number. You can see the example of carbon. This 6 is the atomic number, means there are 6 protons and 6 electrons in carbon atom, and this 12 is the combination of protons and neutrons. That is the sum of 6 protons and some neutrons is called mass number. Number of protons is atomic number. Once again, number of protons plus number of neutrons is mass number. Dear students, here is the list of 20 elements starting from hydrogen till calcium. Whatever the serial number of elements is the atomic number of elements. Means 1 atomic number means first is hydrogen, then helium, then lithium. For example, in the example of fluorine, the atomic number of fluorine is 9. Means there are 6 protons and 6 electrons, because atomic number represents number of electrons and number of protons. Now this is the helium. Single helium is an helium atom, but the combination of two same atoms forms a molecule. Like this is H2 molecule, hydrogen molecule, and the combination of different atoms form compound. Like this is H2O is a compound which is named as water. Here are the other examples as well. H2 is a molecule of hydrogen, O2 is a molecule of oxygen, and Cl2 is a molecule of chlorine. As they are made up of same type of atoms, so they are molecule of elements. These are the molecule of compounds because they are made up of different types of atoms, like this is water and HCl, hydrogen chloride, or you can say hydrochloric acid. It's example of compound. You can see here this is oxygen gas, a molecule of element, and this is carbon dioxide compound. Now we are coming to our main topic, that is ion. Whenever an atom or molecule get a net charge, as we already discussed that atom is a neutral particle, it doesn't having any charge. But whenever an atom or molecule get any charge, either positive charge or negative charge, it will form a ion. So how ion form? Ion is formed by the loss or gain of one or more electrons. Only electrons, not protons, because electrons are revolving around the nucleus, they are easy to lose or gain from orbit. As we already know that electrons are negatively charged particles and it is always equal to the protons, which are positively charged particles. They both balance each other, so the net charge on atom is 0. But if that balance disturbed, when an atom lose electron, it will form a positive charge, and whenever it gain electron, it will form a negative charge. So there are two types of ions, cations and anions. A cation is a positively charged ion because it is positive because it contains less protons. Whenever atom lose electrons, now there are less electrons as compared to protons. So atom form positive ion. And whenever atom gain electron, it form anion, that is negative charge. You have to pay serious attention towards it to understand this concept. Dear students, atom is a neutral particle, but when it lose electron, now there are more protons, means positive charge is more. So atom form cation, positive ion. Whenever atom gain electron, now there is more negative charge, that is more electrons. So atom form anion. Positive ion means loss of electrons and negative ion means gain of electrons, because electrons are negative particles. When atom gain it, it will form negative ion, anion. And when atom lose electrons, there will be more protons, positive ion, so atom form cation. In this example, there are two protons. This supposed to have 2 electrons, but instead of equal electrons, there are less electrons. So atom having positive charge. In this diagram, you can see 2 protons and 3 electrons. There are more electrons, so atom form negative ion. This is sodium atom having 11 electrons, 11 protons. Now when it forms sodium ion, it lose electron. That's why it form Na plus ion, cation, while the number of protons will remain same. This is oxygen atom, 8 electrons and 8 protons. Whenever it gain electron, it will form -2. The 2 represent it gained 2 electrons. So the now number of electrons become 10s, but proton remain same. Here is the list of positive ions. This Ca plus 2 shows that calcium lose 2 electrons, and this Fe plus 3 and aluminium Al plus 3 shows that atom lose 3 electrons. The number indicates how much electron has been lost. After watching this all video, I hope now you will surely and satisfactorily give the answer of the following questions. So check yourself. Can you guys tell me that why atom is termed as neutral particle? And what are the subatomic particles atom have? You can surely define what is atomic number and mass number. Okay, we all know that ions are formed by the loss of electrons. Why only electrons, not protons? Do you know how ions are formed? Okay students, which one have more electrons, chlorine atom or Cl minus ion? And how many electron lose by ion? X minus 3. So I hope you understand my video carefully. And dear students, now my upcoming topic in future will be about chemical reactions. Till that, take care.